Tiffany Phillips here, writer and creator of Ethnically Ambiguous. And I first wanted to thank you for watching, and if you haven't already, be sure you subscribe to this channel for new episodes. So I'm here right now to share with you the story behind the story for episode 2, Asian Persuasion. This series is loosely based on my real life experiences, and I've had some pretty hilarious scenarios that I've dealt with in my life. And as they say, truth is stranger and funnier than fiction. So for this particular episode, I'll just start by saying that ever since I was a little kid, people have thought I'm either Asian or some kind of Asian mix. My mom, she used to get the exact same thing. Not that there's anything wrong with that, it's just funny because I'm not Asian. My mom used to say that we probably get it from our Native American blood. Maybe that explains the almond-shaped eyes, which makes some sense. But again, it could be from anywhere in our DNA. The fact is, we're not Asian. So when it comes to celebrity lookalikes, in the past, I've gotten Kimora Lee Simmons, Tia Carrera, but more recently, the one I literally get all the time is Olivia Munn. Now, of course, I'm not mad at any of these comparisons because these are all beautiful and amazing women, but they're all Asian and I'm Black. Even Facebook thinks I'm Asian, apparently. So who knows? This has worked for me in different ways in the entertainment industry. My very first guest star role on a network television show, I played a seductive Asian thief masquerading as a masseuse named Mei Lin. Imagine that, a masseuse, an Asian masseuse. It was on a show called Mortal Kombat Conquest. I was even a Harajuku girl for the band No Doubt. Well, actually, the cover band No Duh, which was a lot of fun. Now, for the restaurant scene in episode 2, that actually happened when I was having lunch with my mom at Marie Callender's. So whenever my mom would come to visit, she'd always want to go to Marie Callender's for breakfast. And well, let's be real, Marie Callender's attracts a lot of senior citizen patrons. So one day at breakfast with my mom, we were sitting there in a booth talking, minding our own business, when out of the blue, this Filipino male nurse pushes this elderly white gentleman into our table. He's in a wheelchair, and then he just proceeds to walk away and leave him there. My mom and I didn't know what was going on. It was like, excuse me, did you forget something? And it was a good 2 full minutes of awkward silence and confusion while this man just sat there staring at me as if we had invited him over to join us. And then he speaks. He says, "I've always had a thing for Asian women." I was over here thinking, like, what Asian women? I don't see any Asian women. My mom, she almost spit out her coffee. She was trying not to laugh. She had quite the sense of humor. Meanwhile, I kept telling him, "Sir, I'm not Asian," but he just wasn't hearing it. It was going in one ear and out the other. After a while, my mom even had to chime in. She was like, "Sir, I gave birth to her, and I can assure you, she is not Asian." Again, his hearing aid must have been out because those words just didn't sink in. As he proceeded to hand me his card, and then his nurse finally came back to retrieve him. By the way, the nurse never said one word, but you could see all over his face that this must happen a lot. Like, this is just their routine. He was his nurse wingman. So when they left, I just remember my mom saying, "Honey, I hope you are writing these stories down because these odd moments only happen when I'm with you. Your life is truly a sitcom and you need to write it." And that is what I did. So I dedicate this episode in memory of my beautiful mom, who I lost her to cancer on August 2nd, 2018, but she is always still here with me. She's the reason why I wrote and performed my one-woman show off Broadway in New York years ago. She even came up with the title, "I Never Met a Jerk I Didn't Like." This was based on our conversations about my love life, which is another story. And I just think that she would be really proud that I put my fears and insecurities aside and I'm sharing my story. So this one is for you, Mommy. And there are more stories to come. So that is the story behind the story of episode 2, Asian Persuasion. And I also wanted to shout out my incredibly talented cast and real life friends. First, Paul Nigro, who's the hilariously politically incorrect casting director that is unforgettable. Ron Thompson, who played Ralph, my delusional wheelchair-bound admirer. Actually, Ron had a little more game than that guy, so thanks for being such a good sport, Ron. And finally, my real life bestie, Kim Lee Smith, who played my BFF, Deborah. I actually wrote the conversations between Deb and Lena based on mine and Kim Lee's actual real conversations because they are hilarious. So coming up next, we have Wansum Wampum, episode 3. This is an episode you do not want to miss, and I cannot wait to tell you the story behind the story on that episode. So thank you again for watching. Hope you guys are staying safe and healthy out there. Love you guys. Mwah.